Well, hello and welcome to our reading of Theocritus, and I'm going to read through and translate Idyll 11, which is the famous Idyll about the Cyclops. So this poem, which is addressed to Nicias, who was a doctor and mentioned in other poems and epigrams, he explains there is no remedy for love except through song, and exemplifies this by a song sung by Polyphemus. This remedy, this pharmacon, is not necessarily a cure, but it can also, the word can also mean a palliative. Through the medium of song, Polyphemus comes from lovesickness to self-enlightenment. He engages on an internal journey through his own feelings and motivations, and attempts, in a very slow and subjective manner, to come to grips with his desire and the impossibility of his relationship with Galateia. At this stage, Polyphemus is still young. This, of course, is the time long before Odysseus comes along, although we do get some rather chilling echoes of what is going to come in the future in this poem. So we begin with lines 1 to 18. Uden poton erota pefuke pharmacon allo, Nicia, ute en Christon emin doce, ut epipaston, tai pierides, kufon de tituto kai hadu, ginet ep anthropois, huren dura dionesti, Ginosken doimoi to kalos iatron ionta, kai tais enia de pephilemenon ex oca musais. Poton here is for proston in this dialect. The pefuke is really just like there exists, there is made up. So there is no other pharmacon, palliative or remedy perhaps here. There is no other remedy, O Nicias, for love, proston erota. No remedy nor an enkriston. Now this is connected with the verb creo, to anoint. So no ointment, it seems to me. Ut epipaston, nor something that you sprinkle on. This is this passo verb. Other than tai pierides, than the pierides. Now these, of course, are the muses. These are the muses from Pieria near Mount Olympus. So this is just another way of saying the muses, i.e. for singing. And now, in apposition to this pharmacon, this neuter, we get kufon and the tuto and hadu. So this remedy is, this remedy is kufos, is gentle in some ways, and sweet. And then we get ginet for the verb to be, and, well, becomes perhaps, or is sweet for mankind. But radion esti hurein, but it is not easy to find. Ginoskein de oimai, and I know that you, so I know well that you, being a doctor, to know this. So because you're a doctor, I know that you understand this well, and you are, and in apposition to the iatron, you are a doctor, beloved, ex hoc, exceedingly, indeed, so also beloved, exceedingly indeed, by the 9 muses. Huto gun oreista diag hoc kuklops hop harhamin, hokaios polyphemos, hoc erator tas Galateas, artigenasdon peritostoma tos crotothos te, eretot du malois udi rodoi udi kikinois, al oithais maniais, hagetot de panta parega. Thus, at least, the Cyclops, hot par hamin, literally the one near us, so probably rendered our countryman, because in some traditions Polyphemus was identified with living in Sicily. Thus, at least, the Cyclops, our countryman, diage, from diago, is to spend one's time, to live, to conduct oneself. So the Cyclops, our countryman, spent his day reista easily, or perhaps almost most easily. Hokaios is ho-archaos, the ancient Polyphemus. Hok for hot te, when. Erato, that's from the verb of loving, when he was in love with Galateia. Geneasdon is a participle, just now growing a beard. So he was just at the point of growing a beard around his mouth and temples. Tos for tus, accusative plural, and the same here in this dialect. So this emphasises here that he's still extremely young. He's just a very young man. And again, reminding us this is certainly pre the visit by Odysseus. He loved her not with apples, which was a love token, nor with rose, nor with kikinois. These are curls of hair given as a love token. And very wonderful little phrase here, but with downright madness, literally with straight up and down craziness, with madness. Hageto, from hagetamai, he regarded all things, so all other things we understand as par erga, as secondary, of no importance. He regarded everything else as secondary. Polaki tai oes poti toulion, autai panthon, chloras ekbotanas, hode tan Galateian aedon. Autos ep ionos katetaketo, phukioesas ex aus, ekthiston echon hypocardion helkos, kupridos ek magalas tohoi herpati paxi balemnon. So palaki, oftentimes tai oies, tai for high, the sheep, they came. Now the autai here is almost of their own accord, so they themselves came, i.e. they came of their own accord, poti for pros, and this is to aulion, to the courtyard. And they came from the green pastures. But he, singing, well, either singing to or singing of Galateia. Now Galateia, of course, is this sea nymph. The name itself means the milky one, and if you see pictures, paintings from antiquity of Galateia, she's always painted as being very white. And there's a pun we'll see a bit later on here about this. So he, singing either to or of Galateia, he himself, so perhaps almost alone here, so he himself katetaketo. This is from the tako root to melt, and this is katatakamo in the middle here. So he was pining away on the Ionos, the shore, which was covered with seaweed. Now, this word occurs only here. So it's an adjective agreeing with, it's in the genitive here, agreeing with ionos. The as for s. Ex aus, literally from the dawn, so perhaps at dawn. Having a most hateful helkos wound hypocardion under his heart, so perhaps we would say in his heart. A wound, the in acquisition to that helkos, that wound is to belemnon, the missile. So the shaft or missile from great Kupris, that of course is the goddess Aphrodite, Parkser from Pagnumi, struck in the heart, hoi for him. That's the dative of the possessor. Alla topharmakon hure kathezomenos depi petras hupselas es ponton horon aeda toyauta. But, a very strong but here, he found the pharmakon. He found the remedy. Kathezomenos, sitting on the high rocks. We get a run over to the next line here. Looking to the sea, aede, literally he sang, it's an imperfect without the augment, so he sang toyauta such things, so he sang thus. And that's the first section of this remarkable poem.